First thing I want to do in this video is thank you guys for your support with everything Mania related the past few weeks. Really, like, you guys could have watched anyone else in the Sonic community play this game, but you chose me, and I'm thankful for that. Anyway, I want to give my sort of final thoughts towards Mania as we move forward into bigger and better things here. One being Forces talk and just the general discussions that you guys enjoy from me. This is going to be kind of a mini review slash introspect kind of thing I'm going for here, and before I even begin, I need you guys to hear me out on a few things I'll be saying about this game. Okay? So honestly, there is seriously no need for me to review this game. Honestly, I wouldn't even be saying anything differently than the next 50 Sonic guys or the 500 middle-aged reviewer guys. We all know the damn game is great, and it's pretty hard to mess up classic Sonic in general. It is a genuine classic experience, and I think that the fact that this was done by fans and it didn't take any development time away from Forces, I think that is fantastic. It's just a side project, if you will, that gave Sonic some positivity from in the last 4 years. It has served its purpose thoroughly. Some can hate it and call it a cheap gimmick to bring back old fans and the critics, but I mean, the goddamn game was generally good, and you can even feel the team's heart and soul being put into this game. Myself personally, I predicted this to be number 1 or number 2 on my objective tier list of the series, and after playing it, it's definitely top 3. Again, I don't need to elaborate why. It's Sonic Mania. It's tied with SA2 on Metacritic for the highest scored Sonic title in the entire series. This game brings back Sonic to its roots, but it didn't go too far honestly like Sonic 4 did with the lack of originality. Tails and Knucks are back, and so are Elemental Shields and Super Forms, as well as some new shit added. If Mania wanted to expand on what 3 and Knuckles was doing for the series at its time, then goddamn it did that really well. The fact that I'm this deep into Sonic and I'm aware that this is made by fans, I'm surprised that I even love it this much. Usually everything new from Sonic since joining, I've had to pretend that I liked it for the public eye's sake and my own fans, but I didn't have to do that at all this time. I'm finding myself picking up Mania when I'm bored as much as I do with Overwatch, which is pretty crazy to me. Because if you guys don't already know, I don't live and breathe Sonic outside of YouTube. I kinda play SA2 sometimes and some others like Heroes, but that's about it. This is the first time in about a decade that I can willingly turn on some new Sonic and just play it and vibe with it thoroughly. One of the biggest things for me is that I'm happy that this game proves that I'm not over Sonic or I'm not outgrowing the series yet. It's just some good ass shit and I'm down to play it. Now this game isn't perfect and there's some stuff I want addressed for future classic installments. Obviously the lack of original stages for one, the ratio being 2 to 1 for old and new stages. My biggest question is, why is there only 4 new stages? They're obviously the best ones here. Press Garden being an immediate favorite. The day after Mania came out, Act 1's music was stuck in my head the entire time I was at work until I got off and got to play Mania some more. But anyway, the original stuff is so good, and my question is, why is it being held back by the reimagined stuff that no one even asked for in the first place? I really just wish that Mania was about 12 to 14 zones of brand new stages. One thing to point out is even the old stuff had some new gimmicks, which could have easily been used for some new stages when you think about it. But don't get me wrong, I don't hate the old stuff returning. Actually, Metallic Madness was a nice sleeper pick that grew to be my favorite returner, compared to the shitty ass CD version. I will say that the old is great, but goddamn, we're still banking on the past in 2017. We should have been done with this returning stage of shit since Generations. And I'm asking, why can't we move on and be confident in the series to hold itself up on its own again? I fear that this game will get the same syndrome as Generations, where we love the old stuff coming back because of the shock value. The nostalgia crack wears off after a few playthroughs, and people begin picking apart little shit and begin to call the game bad. I've seen it before, and I predict it's gonna happen again. I know this fan base and how people will turn coat and call it overrated in due time, just because it's primarily old shit like Generations is. If this game was 100% original with stages, then shit, it'd be number 1 in my opinion. But at some point, going through these old stages will get old to people. Hence why I think we need some DLC. But like Generations, we're passing on huge opportunities yet again. whatever. There's also some little things that I would consider issues that y'all might not, like there being no online in a 2017 game, but it has a competition mode, so where the hell is the online? Also, they made PC gamers wait 2 more weeks for a DRM. That's right, PC gamers waited 2 extra weeks for a fucking super button and a function that only allows them to play the game over the internet. So you want to play some Mania, but the Wi-Fi is down, right? Well, it's too damn bad, punk ass Timmy. Go run your lemonade stand. My final complaint is the plot holes where half of the game story makes 0 sense. Only half of the stages have actual level transitions. Some don't. So how the fuck did Sonic get from Stardust Speedway to Hydrocity Zone? We're never gonna know, apparently. Also, why the hell is there no option to rewatch cutscenes in between levels? I think these are little things that Sega needs to patch in. And it's not that hard to put the online, seeing Sonic 2 and 3 had online on PSN and Xbox Live Arcade. Alright, anyway, I'm done ranting and raving about Mania here. I want the best for this series, as you know, and Mania has been that fine first steps towards that. I just hope that we can move on with this series, because even classic Sonic has to move forward and be original, as ironic as that may sound. I already know what I want next after Mania, but if it is another classic 2D game, then maybe make it like Sonic Mega Mix and add some classic characters like Fang, the Chaotix, Amy, and some others. I think that Mania did open some doors that were not expected, but were definitely needed, and it gave us a separate option in the series again, as well as opportunities for completely original classic games. Maybe we can get a Classic Knuck spin-off, that's what I kinda want, that looks at his lore a bit, and maybe we can finally get that proper Sonic 4 at some point.
Bruh, look at this dude. Wait till you see the... No, 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 no. Look at the top of his head.